Hi everyone, very good evening. I'm Dr. Preeti Sharma and I have with me Dr. Aman, who's got an amazing rank of 63 in the recently conducted INI-CET May 2025. So, heartiest congratulations, Dr. Aman, from the entire team of PrepLadder. And how is the feeling? How is everyone reacting at home to this amazing result?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, it has been a really the feelings are just sinking. I have checked the result 10 times. Like, yeah, is it my rank only, right? So yeah, so it's been an amazing feeling. Obviously, to get a double-digit rank is a dream rank come true. Like, and my journey has very ups and downs throughout the my journey. So basically, I'm Aman Charania. I did my UG from St. Medical College in KM Hospital.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and so basically, what happened, I was not eligible for my NEET PG. Like I failed in my final year. So the first attempt I took was in November 22, November INI-CET, November 2024. So I got a rank of 422, and then it wasn't enough. And I had failed in medicine, but I wanted to do medicine. I was not getting it, so I had to take another attempt at it, ma'am. So and then I appeared for this exam, and yeah, it I scored a all India rank of 63. So I had some different strategy from the normal strategy, like which is not the usual one, ma'am, I would like to say. So I used to use Anki a lot, ma'am, which is basically a flashcard app, which is
Yes.
based on the algorithm, which is evidence based or a research thing. So I used to use a Anki, and I had been using it since last 3 years. And the last 6 months, I dropped everything and I was just doing Anki, 1500 to 2000 cards per day. Along with that, I used to do a question bank a lot, because along with doing the information, you have to check, like, are you able to apply the things what you are studying. So I used to do a question banks, mock GTs, subject wise test, whatever was available. So I used to do the question bank, because like my base knowledge was this Anki, and whatever things I got wrong, I will put it in this the card. I will make a card, flash card of that question, whatever specific small information. Like it wasn't a big card, just small information, like Carl axonal body is seen with granulosa tumor. So like I will make a card, like if I'm getting it wrong. So this that was the my strategy. Like whatever you are getting wrong, try improving it. So
Hmm.
that's how it went, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so that's been a lot of ups and downs and a very different strategy from what I get to hear from other students. But as they say, to each his own. And I think Anki Deck has worked wonderfully for you because I've seen a lot of USMLE aspirants also use it. It's very famous amongst them. Very few NEET PG INI set use them. But if it's worked for you and it wonderfully has, as we can see in the rank, I think it's an amazing strategy. But in between, you also mentioned that there was a setback during your final prof when you couldn't clear the medicine exam. So now choosing medicine as a branch, is it something that medicine was your first love and you always wanted to select that? Or is it that after the setback, you've always wanted that, my comeback should be stronger than the setback. So now I have to do medicine and I have to prove something. So how is this decision of coming to medicine been? And also in the same go, I would want to ask you that it must have not been an easy time. I mean, I've seen a lot of my batchmates also gone through something similar where they were not expecting that they wouldn't clear the prof exam. So, how was that entire phase for you as a student?
It was honestly a very like failing in university is the worst like
Agreed.
condition, because most of your friends will go into internship, and now you are stuck. Like you are not anywhere. Like you are just stuck at home, and everything will start growing on your groups, and everyone is joining internship. It was honestly a very tough phase, but I knew like you couldn't do anything, and you just have to wait. And but I knew like it's okay. Like to fail an exam, it's not over. The only thing I was concerned about, like I would not be able to write NEET PG. Like
Hmm.
although the thing is, because ultimately you have to progress in your career. So I initially the initial I had like terminal insomnia, everything. You go through this denial, anger, bargain phase. Like you just
All
go through
phases,
all
yes.
these phases, and you get to realize the thing. But slowly I went back to my college, and everything I talked to medicine resident. And also to your first question, ma'am, like no, this isn't about an ego. Like I have failed medicine, now I will do medicine. I always wanted to do a medicine, and I come from a very small town. Like I had the idea of being doctor in my mind was like being a physician. Like because
Agreed.
DM, even my district people don't have a DM practicing over here. So like I have seen being doctor. So like there was already something set in my mind. that in my mind from a very basic stage when I joined it, ma'am. So and medicine always inspired me, like, yeah. And I used to study, like to study like what medicine, to go through small detail and every small thing. Just like this INI-CET paper, one word can change your
True.
answer. Like in similar way, medicine, small things can change your diagnosis. So that was it. And yeah, so and as you mentioned, ma'am, like my college, so many people were preparing for USMLE, and they were the one who pushed me to do Anki. So I am genuinely very thankful to them, because I was a user, ma'am, who used to believe in pen and papers till my second year, ma'am. I didn't have an iPad till my third year, but the drastic change that I have gone through, like after coming in third year and then to shifting to Anki and last totally to Anki in the last 6 months, was it usually takes a time, because it's like you have to adopt to a new method. So they were the one who always pushed me, and I'm really thankful to them as well, ma'am.
I'm sure the correct guidance can actually help you a lot. And I've always told students, tough, there will always be tough days. It's just that everyone will have different set of tough days. Everyone will face different kind of situations, but they are going to come along everyone's way. And I think you have overcome them wonderfully. I don't think anyone, and not many students or many of us would have that determination to overcome so many things coming our way back to back. But I think you've done that wonderfully. In the end, I would want to ask you, did you appear for the champions exam? And if yes, did that rank or score mirror the recently conducted exam and rank that you got?
Yes, ma'am. I appeared for the INI champions test, as you tell before. And yeah, so basically I had scored 154, and as if you can see, I had a rank of 44, ma'am. And the real exam I had scored 63, so which is almost similar. And
Very
also this
similar.
paper was bit like any question can go any side based on like what people are INI people are thinking. It was very closed up. So basically, that was a really a very close rank that I got in 44, and the real rank is also 63. So the exam really simulated what the main exam was.
So you've kept a good record of all the champions exam and mock exams that you've given. So a burning question that we get as faculties, and now I would want to ask you, is how were you analyzing your grand tests and champions exam tests in terms of, how were you reviewing it? Was it on the same day or in the coming week? Just brief us through that.
So ma'am, me and my friend, like we used to prepare together. So in the initial days, ma'am, like 4 5 months back, we used to do like 50 questions 4 days. Like
Okay.
I used to initially give weekly,
Hmm.
sometimes twice weekly, but once weekly test was always there. So we both used to give the same test, and we used to like divide 50 questions per day. So in next 4 days, the questions will be covered. Like even if you let the 2 days.
Comfortably.
Yeah, but in the last days, ma'am, since the just after like last 2 months, it wasn't possible to do that way. So in last 2 months, like what I used to do was like those questions that were very easy, and like I will just keep left. I will not go through that because that is the same thing. So
Hmm.
I used to go those who there are doubtful, like the guess marks, and
Very.
the one that I had done wrong. So what I used to do, I used to make a flashcard, a small with keeping the blank whatever fixture,
Hmm.
whatever the mistake I had made. So that flashcard will come on day one, then day three, day five. So like I will repeat that in the next 3 days, like in next 7 days, that card will come from 3 times. So basically, concern like making it consolidated in your memory. So whenever the same thing comes, I don't get confused between the two things now.
So, like, we as faculties always tell students not to make their notes very bulky, not to add everything in their notes, because then they won't be able to revise it in the end. And that's exactly what we tell them, that you have to keep everything very concise. I think your version of making it concise was making flashcards, which worked wonderfully in your favor. And I think that was your version of concise notes in another way. And I think that's such a great strategy for everyone who's preparing for the future exams also, that it's not about how many pages your notes copy is thick. It is actually about how thin your copy is and how well consolidated it is, like Dr. Aman did for himself. And I think the quote behind you is just so appropriate, and exactly you've just followed it the way it's written. Because as I heard your journey from your final prof setback to where you are today, and how you plan on taking life ahead, I think it's an incredible journey, and you have shown a lot of grit and determination in surviving through every phase of this. So that's amazing. And thank you, Dr. Aman, for sharing that with us. But before we end this session, just a gratitude message from your side to all the people, because I always say this is not just one exam given by one student. There's an entire army of people behind you who've supported you in a lot of ways. So, any gratitude message from your side?
Yeah, especially I would like to thank my family. Even although I had failed, they never even questioned me. Like, did you not study? Like, initially, like my parents had always been very, very supportive. Like, it's
All
okay,
right.
it's all right. It's just about 6 months. You will get through. Like, just don't take it on your heart. So that itself gives you a confidence. Like, yeah, it's all right. Things will go good, because that's it. That's the time where you really need your support. And also, like my brothers and sister, I would especially like to thank them. They had always been standing. My brother has always come with with me in all the exams. And at the end, I would also like to thank all my friends who had been there, supportive. Also, when I failed in my final year, they were there, like, it's all right, don't worry, you will do, we know, like, you had potential in you. Because that's the time where you just need, yeah, yeah, the kind and supportive words, like, you can do it, it's all right. So they also have been very helpful and grateful. I am grateful to them. Like, they had always supported me that way, ma'am. So I am thankful to the KEM family that I had them, and they had always been a very good support, ma'am.
That's really nice, and I don't think you should call that as that you failed the exam. I just think that was a minor hiccup which comes in everyone's professional journey, and you would have failed if you would have stopped over there. But you overcame. You managed to overcome that situation in such a wonderful manner, and there were so many ways you could have gone into a negative loop, but you decided to take the positive side, overcome it, fight for the next INI set, and get an amazing rank of 63. So there's a lot about your character that this speaks about. So before I end this session, for those who are listening to this, there are three very important take home messages that we've learned from Dr. Aman today. First, it is there are going to be tough days, and to each his own. Everyone will have their own set of tough days, but it's about your mental strength on how you overcome it, the way Dr. Aman did overcome that phase. Second, of course, make very consolidated, concise notes like Dr. Aman did that with the help of flashcards. And third, which is flashing on the screen, and what he followed and worked in his favor, is that if you believe it, you can do it. So thank you so much, Dr. Aman, for sharing this journey of yours with us. And we wish you all the very best. We see a budding physician, and I'm sure you have much greater heights to achieve. This is just the beginning, and wishing you all the very best. And just God bless you. Convey our message and our regards to your family also. Thank you so much for sharing your journey.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It means a lot, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.